Hey, good evening. It's Wednesday, January 31st, first month of 2024, already going. Welcome back to Everyday Talk 24/7. Like I said yesterday, I'm going to finish up this section on temptations, trials, and tonight I'm going to add something that James gives us a powerful window into the way that God works in our lives. And I'm going to read the next two sections of James chapter 1. But before I do, remember, chapter 1, verse 2 starts off this way. Consider it pure joy, my brothers, my sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds. That is so contrary to the way that you and I think. If we have a trial, we have a difficulty, joy is the last thing on our mind. But this is God working within us to do good things for us, to teach us, because we all need that. And this is not a foreign concept. James is simply quoting what the Proverbs say. In Proverbs chapter 3, we read this, and Hebrews chapter 12 quotes it as well. My son, do not make light of the Lord's discipline. Do not lose heart when he rebukes you, because the Lord disciplines those whom he loves and punishes everyone he accepts as his son. So you see, consider it pure joy when you face trials is an indication that God is invested in you, that he cares about you. Because every one of us needs to grow, needs to be different in some way. We don't finish this race of finishing holiness until we go up to see the Lord. So all of us have something more that we need to learn, not so that we can be proud of ourselves, but so that we can interact with God more. Delight in him. Grow closer to him. Be stronger and be an encouragement to others. So that's how this section starts. Consider it pure joy. And that brings about good things for us. It's what we read about last night. Now, in verse 16, right after it talks about how temptation, after desire is conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, when it's full blown, it gives birth to death. That's the fruit of temptation. So tonight we're looking at trials are designed to bring joy, but temptation will bring bitterness and it will bring anger. That's what James addresses here, the anger that temptation brings if we give in to it. So verse 16 of chapter 1, don't be deceived, my dear brothers. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. What is the good gift that he's talking about here? Well, obviously it's every gift, but in particular, what's the gift that's being spoken of? Consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds, because you know this is testing of your faith, develops perseverance, and grows you closer to God. Don't be deceived into thinking that this trial is a bad thing for you. Rather see it as the perfect, wonderful gift of God to you and to me. He chose to give us birth through the word of truth. What is the word of truth? Consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds. He chose to give us birth through the word of truth that we might be the kind of first fruits of all the created. In other words, that as we grow, we're going to represent God well. And then this passage, which is often isolated from the flow of the text, verses 19 to 21, my dear brothers, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. What a valuable guide when we face a trial. I tell you what I'm tempted to do. When something doesn't go well, I'm tempted to be angry, to be upset. Things aren't going my way. But here James is saying everyone should be quick to listen, slow down. Don't run your mouth immediately. and be very slow to become angry. For a man's anger does not bring about the righteous life that God desires. You see, if I don't accept joy, if I don't accept trials with joy, I yield to temptation and I yield myself to anger. Therefore, verse 21, get rid of all moral filth and the evil that is so prevalent, and humbly accept the word planted in you, which can save you. In this case, what is the word planted in you that you and I need to know and grow? The word planted in us is, consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Perseverance must finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, lacking in nothing. Wow. This is the word that God is planting in us. It's not natural to us, but he's planted the seed of truth in us so that we will understand when I face a trial, it's not a reason to get discouraged. It's a reason to rejoice that God has given me an opportunity to grow, to be closer to him, and to see this difficulty in an entirely different light. He doesn't take coffee breaks. He doesn't leave us alone. He's working with us to grow us so that we'll be mature, complete, not lacking anything. That's the word of truth that has been planted in us. So you see, when I buy into the reality of what the word has been planted in me, that I accept trials with joy because I know they're bringing a good thing. But if I yield to temptation, anger creeps in and dominates. So listen carefully to James. Consider your trials as joy. And don't fly off the handle. Be slow to become angry, but quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to become angry. Because my anger will not bring about the righteous life that God desires. What is the righteous life that God desires? That this trial cause me to grow closer to him and bring joy. Such a rich concept for me and for us to buy into. And it's right there in James. We just read the whole package. Again, I love your thoughts and feedback. Great comments from last night. And again, such a joy to interact with you. And I'd love to hear what you have to say. And the Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. You have a great evening. Good night. Thank you for watching. May God richly bless you as you seek to live for his glory.